This is KGW News at noon.
And we start the show today with more on that breaking news out of the Middle East, where Hamas has released 2 American hostages. At any moment now, we are expecting to hear from the U.S. State Department. These are the first 2 hostages freed since Hamas attacked Israel. NBC News spoke with their former Middle East correspondent, Martin Fletcher. 2 members of his wife's family were taken hostage, and they were the ones who were freed. Judith and Natalie Renan are from Illinois. They were the only mother and daughter who were abducted. Fletcher says it has been an agonizing time for his family since this happened.
It's not only my family, it's all the families and everybody who sympathizes with them. It's just this extraordinary sense of vulnerability. You know, the Holocaust, the phrase never again, well, it happened again. That's what happened in the south of Israel. The Jews were slaughtered, they were vulnerable, and there's a great sense of vulnerability and fear and anguish among the Israelis, among the Jews in Israel.
Meanwhile, today, the Biden administration formally asked Congress for emergency funding for Israel and Gaza. The $105 billion package also provides money for Ukraine and U.S. border security. Well, right now, Congress can't pass that funding or anything else because the House of Representatives still has no speaker. And today, the Associated Press reports Republicans have dropped Jim Jordan as their nominee. Lawmakers held a 3rd vote this morning, and the Republican from Ohio failed to win enough support to be elected Speaker. The House has been without a Speaker since Kevin McCarthy's ouster more than 2 weeks ago. Within the last hour, Portland Public Schools held a press conference asking teachers to stay at the bargaining table and avoid a strike. A district negotiator said a mediation session could happen on October 31st. The day after that, the teachers union has voted to walk off the job, saying 99% of its members approved a strike. If that happens, it'll impact 40,000 students, and schools district-wide could close.
I would give our teachers the world if we had unlimited resources, but we don't. We don't have an imagination problem, we have a budget problem.
Administrators have asked teachers to continue bargaining to avoid closing schools. And new this noon, Oregon's congressional delegation is calling for the same thing. As the situation develops, we will update you on air and online. Our KGW investigators got a hold of newly released dashcam video showing a case of road rage. This happened during the Grand Floral Parade. You see the driver having a meltdown and plowing through barricades, sending people jumping out of the way. Kyla Boshi walks us through what happened.
This never-before-seen footage shows a Portland man plowing past barricades, nearly hitting several people along the Rose Festival's Grand Floral Parade route in June. Sidney Meacham is facing felony charges for the alleged road rage incident. At the time, there was no clear motive for his speeding toward children and families. The 30-minute recording submitted as evidence in a preventative detention hearing provides new insight into the June 10th incident. The dashcam video shows Meacham become increasingly frustrated by heavy traffic. His music is blaring as Meacham heads towards the Moda Center in North Portland, where he planned to meet others, including his mother. ODOT crews had blocked off numerous exits to help keep traffic away from the parade route.
They got it all blocked off. The Lloyd Center exit, the Convention Center exit, every motherfucking exit. You bum.
The video shows Meacham driving through a row of barricades before blowing past ODOT crews blocking the exit ramp. A Portland police motorcycle officer chased after Meacham's truck before pulling up beside him. The officer shouted for Meacham to stop, but he refused. The truck eventually turned, exiting the parade route. Meacham drove through barricades, nearly hitting several people. An unmarked police SUV attempted to stop Meacham at a red light in Portland's Lloyd district, but he drove off. The video showed Meacham continuing to drive for several blocks until he eventually stopped near other officers in northeast Portland. Meacham, a registered sex offender, was arrested and taken to jail, where he'll remain while awaiting trial. Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.
Meacham has pleaded not guilty to 38 counts, including attempting to elude police and unlawful use of a weapon. His trial date has not been set yet. Well, let's head back to the Weather Center on this Friday and check in with Rod. You found some blue sky for us.
I had to go to the Oregon coast to find it, so that's where we start. Good afternoon to you. Here's the Astoria column camera, the Astoria-Meckler Bridge. I mean, not clear, but partly cloudy, 61 degrees. Inland, the clouds are starting to break over the Coast Range, also starting to break coming down slope and out of the gorge. So eventually, I think these clouds will go. But for right now, the valley cameras, that was Stoller Found Me Vineyards Estate. Here's the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club out in Loa, and here's downtown Portland. Everybody's overcast. Otherwise, it's really nice out. Calm conditions. 63 is actually pretty much normal for a high temperature. So assuming, even if it takes until 2 o'clock, which it could, I think we'll still get up into the upper 60s. I have 68 degrees at 4 o'clock. Now, we are still tracking some rain showers coming in over the back half of the weekend, and I'll have those details for you coming up in my complete forecast in just a little bit.
Sounds good. Thank you, Rod.